bring you just a pro kit so that you can see exactly how I get there. All right, so you should be seeing my pro kit, and I'm just going to go up here to the right hand side and hit Open Office 365. And when I do that, I'm going to hit these little 9 little buttons up here. Are you guys seeing that?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to hit those 9 buttons. And if you have never opened it, it probably will not pop up here for you because you haven't opened it before. So it might be down in this spot right here where it says more apps, but mine is up here because I use it all the time. So just click on that and it's going to bring you to a screen. Yours is going to be just mostly the top because you're not going to have any already made. But I'm going to show you how easy it is to start a new form. And then I'm going to tell you like what you'd want to use these forms for. And then I'd love to hear any of your input as we're going through about things and ideas that you're like, oh, that would be a really good one that I should do it for this or I should do it for that. So right here, and you can do quizzes and all kinds of different things as well, but I mostly just work in the new forms. So you click this new forms and it just pops up just like this. It just says, all right, let's title it. So I am going to just say, what is your fave ice cream? And I mean, obviously, but like, so you're
So
like, okay, why?
this isn't for real estate. The forms we use for real estate. It's just for
It's
other.
not for forms for real estate. It's a forms app that gives you like you can make surveys. I'm going to show you how to make a survey. I'm going to
Okay.
show you how to use it as like you can use it for testimonials. Um, let's do it that way instead. We're going to say,
Okay.
um,
I just didn't realize, but that's fine. I just didn't know.
yep. How did you like working with Gail? And then, you could put obviously your full
Oh,
name and all of those things. You could put a picture of you in here. And then you could, uh, but this is the title of what it's going to be. And then you can say, please rate your experience. And then you start just asking questions. And right here, you can do multiple choice, you can do text. So if you're looking for a testimonial, I would use the text box and then just say, tell us more, about your experience with the short sale that you did with Gail. And you can say, you know what, I want to allow them to do a very long answer. Or, you know what, I really just want something really short and sweet because I want to plug it in a bunch of places. You can say, guess what? They can't move through this form unless they finish this question because it's required. Um, so there's lots of different options that you can do. You can add subtitles and reactions and add branching. You can do all very higher tech things, but then you can just say, multiple choice, and you could ask question, give a couple options. Um, you could say, give a rating, like, what kind of stars do I want? What level I want? You could change it to just be a 3-star option or, 10 stars or 5 stars. 5 stars pretty. And then you can, like, if you don't like the symbol like that, you could do numbers 1 through 5. You could do hearts. You could do whatever that you wanted. Um, I will tell you, you can change your style too. So you can come up here to the top and change like what style you want. So they have suggested ones here that you can use. Um, and then you can even upload your own. And like sometimes I actually already uploaded one just so that we could oh, it's because I'm in a different form. So right here, you can just come here, click on, I want to upload, and you can search. If you wanted to just grab a picture off of um, Bing, you could just say, I want to pick a picture of a house, you could come in here and we'll just grab the first one. And couldn't download that image. Let's see. Did we click it?
When they get
There we
this
go.
email, what does it look like to them? What is in the
Sure.
subject line?
You're going to use it as a hyperlink. So the subject line is you put it in there. You can put this on Facebook. I'm going to show you how to make a QR code with it so they could just scan it and then it jumps right into the forms. I'll show you what it will all look like, but it's going to end up being a hyperlink that you can put anywhere you want. So, but here I just changed it so that the background was a little bit more uh, prevalent to what we're doing. There's a little house in the background kind of thing. And but you could just like if you wanted to, you could just take styles from what they have. You can change the layout. So if you want things to look a little smaller and see more of the house, if you want to have, obviously you'd want to have a different print there. But like there's all different styles and all you have to do is click it of a button. So like this is one that I like a lot when you have like a bunch of just questions. It's like, how do you like working with Gail? Please rate your, experience. I didn't finish that sentence, but, so I added a photo, which could be a picture of Gail and all of these things in here. I did one that I showed every single question option. So I'm going to go back so that you can see what I did. Like right here, I just wrote, would you like a free market analysis? And you can take the date out if you want. I said no obligation market analysis on your home. Who doesn't want to know what their house is worth? And then this is section 1. And you can do multiple choice, like your question would be like, do you want a market analysis on your home? Yes, no. I would like a monthly market analysis. I don't know why I didn't finish that sentence. But you can write any question here and then they could write in their answer. You could say, how would you like to rate your experience working with Lisa Nephew? You could do stars. Um, you could do one where it's like, I'm going to put this on my Facebook and says like, who wants to go shopping for houses this weekend? Click the link below to set up an appointment. And you could also use bookings because that actually connects to your calendar. But if you added this, you'd have to coordinate. But to be honest, if you had the problem of too many people reaching out to you to want to see houses on Saturday, you might be able to rearrange some things so that you can make it work Saturday, Sunday. If like 7 people reached out to you and all of a sudden you now have 7 different people that want to work with you. So there's all of these questions that you can ask. I just noticed it wasn't sharing this, so I wanted to re-show this. But like, here's the question. Yes, I want a market analysis. No, I don't want to. The ratings are here. You can, you know, put all different questions possible for this. Like you could just do like a survey if you're just like wanting to see like who's paying attention to my Facebook. You could put a little survey in there that says, choose a paint color for the front of this house. And I just clicked the button and added this picture. Like if this had a different colored windows and doors, wouldn't it look a lot different? And I gave them options: red, black, blue, other, and then they could type it in. You can ask whatever question you'd like, and you could give like these are all things that you can edit. You could say, like uh you could show a picture and add a picture that says like, which of these styled houses do you like best? Option 1, option 2, option 3, and have pictures of like 6 different houses or 5 different houses.
Can't get enough of us, huh?
You could say, how likely are you to
You got a
recommend,
lesson learned?
us
You
to
got
a
a
friend
lesson
or
learned?
colleague? And then you could do a 1 through 10. And you guys, how I did these questions is I just came up and hit the plus sign of like adding a question. So like, I just clicked this and chose one of these questions. So like if I wanted to like say when did somebody want to go look at houses, I could say, would you like to look at houses this weekend? And then they could put in their answer as a date um right there. You could say, like how would you rate us? Here's the 5 star. Can ask so many different questions. So what you kind of get the gist of this. And then if you're like, well, what does it look like? Right here is what it is going to look like when they get it. And then they have to hit this button that says start now. And they can start now, and then it will jump to here to get all of their questions answered. And then so you can preview that. And then you're like, okay, well, how do I collect responses? And how do I get that hyperlink? Well, right here, you can get all kinds of information. So you can come here and say, you know what, I want to shorten the URL and I'm going to copy the link and then I'm going to copy it, put it in my Facebook, or I'm going to put it in an email, or I'm going to put it in a text message. However, you're going to want to do that, you can do it. Or you can say, you know what, no, I want to say, here, would you like a free market analysis? And then they can have a QR code and then they can just, use that right there. Um, here is its own web page. So you can paste this into a web page, into your web page and put it there. So if you wanted to even put a little survey of like, you know, how soon are you looking to buy or sell? Multiple choice. ASAP. Second option, between 1 to 3 months. Next option, within the next year, in the next couple years. You could put as many responses as you wanted. And you can say like, okay, I want one, only one response per person, or you can say they can respond as many times as they want. You can say only people within our organization, or you can say anybody can do this whatsoever. What other ideas do you guys have that you could use this for? I'm going to show you quickly too how you view your responses. So just so you know, you're going to have to check it. Like you're going to have to say, okay, I threw this out and then now I need to go check my forms thing so I can view responses. But it is going to, I mean, I should have done it a couple times so you could have seen, but if you had like 6 different responses, it's going to make you a pie chart. It's going to tell you how much time did the average person spend there. The average time it took for people to finish the survey. It's also going to tell you how long the duration was. Like, did it take them 5 minutes? Did it take them 30 seconds? And it's going to rate all of these and make you a beautiful little pie chart. Sorry, I should have did that. But you can then, if you're like, oh, I want to share what the results were on the blue, red, yellow door, you can take this and it will share your collected responses. So you could put another thing on Facebook that says, and the verdict is in, and everybody, most people chose to have a red door, so you could do little surveys of things like that to get people's attention to see how, who's looking at your Facebook and all those little kind of tips. Anybody have any questions?
How quickly do you need to access the responses overview? And then how long is that available?
It's available forever.
Okay.
And so you will be able to check responses forever. If you have like a QR code that's like somewhere, one of my agents actually did this QR code and put it up at a restaurant. So that she had like her advertising, and then she had a quick little survey of like, looking to buy or sell was like the title of the QR code. And then she put the QR code there, and then they could click on it, and she can still see it 6 months later after she put up her advertising. Um, I've had people put it, I have somebody right now putting it on a t-shirt, and they're going to have a little survey that like the scan the back of somebody's t-shirt, and it can have a little questionnaire. I have another person using this for they're doing a little expo at a chiropractor event, and she's going to get up and say a little blurb, and then on her water bottles it's going to have a little survey asking questions about, you know, are you interested in, she's going to do like, first time home buyer? Are you interested in zero down financing? Are you interested in, learning about jumbo loans? Are you interested? So she's doing a bunch of little things that she's asking questions and going to get responses from them that way as well. Did that answer your question, Gail? That it is infinite and you can collect them
Yes.
forever. And really, how often you need to check is kind of the speed. Like, if it was like the door of the house and you were just trying to test Facebook, I mean, you can check whenever you want to end the, people giving opinions. If it was, hey, who wants to go shopping for a house this weekend? You're going to want to do that much more quickly and get that, like you want to be checking it so that like, are they going to want to look at houses? Like, I would check it almost every day if it was me. When I send out a survey to my agents, I'm like, all right, when I want to see all the results and gather them so I can do some kind of announcement, then I, check it then.
Lisa, I had to take a call, but did you show how to post on social media?
Yes, but I can go back and do that right now. So I'm going to actually X out so you can see. So there's a button right up here that says, oh, nope, can't see me. There's a button right up here that says collect responses. And so you you click that, and this is where you can either make it a QR code and you download it, or you can say, I want to shorten the URL, and I just copy the link and add it to Facebook. But make sure you change it to anyone can respond, not just people within Edina Realty. Does that make sense, Donis?
I think so. You just copy the link and paste it into wherever you want.
Yep. Email, text message. Lots of times I would like copy the URL and then email it to myself, then grab my phone, open up my email, and plop in the message into a text message and put it on there for like a market analysis or something like that.
Lisa, I had to step away. I apologize if we covered this.
No.
Since this is an app, if I fill this out, does it have a notification on my phone? If somebody filled it out, would I be notified?
I do not have any way that I have found that I get notified. I just have to check it out.
Okay.
I'm just seeing if there's anything in these settings. Oh, you can even customize a thank you message. That's pretty cool.
Could get an email notification.
Oh, there we go. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I think they just added this because they actually just added the QR code. The QR code wasn't a thing like even a couple weeks ago. So I'm excited about that. And I bet they just did this. So that's so great. You just put.
Well,
All
if I
right.
put this, sorry, so if I put this on Facebook or a coffee shop, somebody scans it, fills in their address or whatever my requirement is, I get notified.
Yes, that's what that new button is.
Woo!
Yes. I cannot wait to tell the agent because we just made this probably 6 months ago for the agent that has it. She has it in like oh gosh, Texas Roadhouse. So Yeah, I'm thrilled about that. I can't wait to get off the phone and call her. Anybody else have any questions? So that also goes to show you guys there's always things improving. So if you went and used something and you're like, oh, it just didn't do everything I wanted it to do, go check it out again because we're always improving apps. We're always adding new features. They're always doing things to some of the platforms that you probably use on a regular basis. So, well, you have any questions, you know where to reach me. I hope you guys all have a fabulous Thursday and we'll see you next week.
Nice job. Thank you.
What I like about this, Lisa, is we've all done things on Facebook where we want to catch people's responses, but I'm not always happy that the responses are public for everyone to see. So I like
Yes.
the fact that this is not, the responses are not public.
Yes. And you could even put that in your message. Like, hey guys, click this link below and, give me your responses just so you know they're completely private. I mean,
Yeah, I like
like you
that.
could even put something like, hey, are you struggling to, make your house payment and want to know your options? Or are you guys, wanting to know that there's options for selling mom and dad's house? I mean, there's really so many things that you could add to here that you could ask questions for. It's pretty unbelievable.
That's really cool.
And if you're like, I want to use this, but I can't think of anything to do, I've already done this and this and this, call me and we'll collaborate.
Thanks, Lisa.
All right.
This has been very interesting. It's really great. Thanks.
All
Thank
right.
you. Nice job.